I welcome you back to Followed by Mercy. I am still here again today with Katie, our daughter-in-law, the wife of our son David, and mama to three of our wonderful grandchildren. And we've had a good time talking about the carnivore diet. I really believe that it can help you and make a major difference in your life. And so today we'll talk about some of problems with the diet and maybe what it takes to get used to it, how to get started. So let's just start, Katie, with, okay, I think I might try this. Okay, now what do you tell them?
Ooh, good for you. It's a good choice. I highly recommend. But getting started, hindsight is always 20/20, right? I made a lot of mistakes, didn't know what I was doing, spent a lot of time feeling hungry. I don't think I had to feel as bad as I felt. I think I just didn't know what I was doing for a lot of the time. And then just slowly
I didn't feel as bad
out.
as you did, I
No,
think.
I felt horrible. I think I should have gotten a trophy for how bad I felt. Yeah.
I was in your home. I was there for 2 weeks because of the pastor school.
I think so, yeah, more or less.
And you told me everything to do. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I would tell someone, what I learned is initially, yes, if you're used to eating carbs and sugar, you are going to have cravings. It's pretty much unavoidable, but you don't have to be as miserable as I was. So anytime you're hungry, especially initially, you eat, and you want to eat high fat. Why? Because fat is satiating and it calms your cravings. So I did not know this in the beginning. I did eat a lot of meat. I don't think I ate as much fat as I should have. And so I would struggle really bad with intense cravings and hunger. But when you eat a lot of fat, like I said, that's very satiating. It's more satiating.
But we're not used to eating fat.
No.
And that's scaring people that are listening. Right now they're going, what in the stinking world? I just got to go get a piece of fat and eat it?
No. But if you look at even ground beef, when you look at the package, you'll see that there's like 90-10, 85-15. And so at the leanest, I usually go 80-20 personally. And that's about as lean as I'll go because I want that fat in there, because eating just a pile of lean
typically,
meat,
most of us would have said, no, I want all lean.
Right. You want the 95-5 or something like that. And that is, there's nothing wrong with eating that.
Bacon is full of fat.
Bacon is basically all fat. Yeah.
So that, like, if you're listening and you're going, they're crazy if I think I'm going to sit around chewing on fat. Because I think some of you listening, it's what I thought. I thought, because even when I would eat a ribeye, I would never eat the fat.
Oh, so
I always push the fat over to the side. Now I eat all the fat.
Yeah, the fat is good. If it's cooked, like bacon is very fatty. If you grill
I don't
steak,
enjoy the fat as much as you probably would. But I will just cut a little piece of fat and stick it with the red other and eat it because I know I need the fat.
Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with lean meat. I really enjoy lean cuts of meat. But if I eat lean meat, I will add butter or some other type of fatty meat with it, perhaps. And there's different ways of eating fatty meat. Oh, yeah.
So let's talk to them. I won't keep interrupting you because I want you to explain it. But like even when you cook a steak and you're in a fancy restaurant, they put butter on a steak.
A lot of times, yeah. Sometimes it can be margarine, but in the good places, you should be getting butter, not that vegetable oil or margarine.
Right. But even I've bought a steak and it comes out with a slab of butter on top.
It's because
help them understand that's fat.
That is fat. Butter is a really great way to get fat into your diet initially. Butter tastes good.
But not on toast.
No, not on your toast. You smear it on your meat. You use it to cook. Okay. So going back. Fat is your friend. You feel a craving, eat some fat. You feel hungry, eat fat. I have been known to eat straight up butter in certain moments. Okay. And I know that's very weird. I understand how weird that sounds and looks and everything, but it's very good for you. It's fantastic for energy, and it's very, very satiating. This is why I can eat twice a day. And literally, it's not like, oh, I'm intermittent fasting. It's like, no, I eat when I'm hungry. And when you eat this way, your body usually naturally falls into a state of intermittent fasting. I have gone, without really trying 23, 24 hours sometimes without eating. And it's just because it wasn't convenient or I wasn't really hungry or whatever, not because I forced intermittent fasting. So it's really interesting how that works. But When it comes to red meat, you can do ground beef that's like 80-20. There are different cuts of meat that are cheaper and more expensive. A ribeye obviously is delicious and going to be more pricey. You can do things like skirt steak that has the marbling throughout. I personally prefer a piece of meat with marbling throughout, not necessarily on the edges. I don't know why I like that, but I really enjoy meat that has marbling throughout. So experiment, see what you like, splurge and get some nice meat occasionally. High fat foods that I recommend are eggs, egg yolks specifically. So you can eat eggs, but then just even add the egg yolk to your eggs and eat those. Butter. I even ate cream cheese a lot more in the beginning because that's good. It's a really high fat food. Cheeses. Some people have dairy issues. I don't drink milk. I do heavy cream in my coffee once a day. I eat cheese probably every week, but not all the time. That's also, the hard cheeses can be really high fat, like Parmesan and cheddars and things like that. So that's a really good source of fat. Butter, bacon is an excellent source of fat. Things like pork belly that's fried up and crispy, delicious. And there are people who do like getting fat trimmings from their butcher or wherever, and even just frying those up in a skillet if they need additional fat. But if you're going to start, you need to know you need the fat, and the fat doesn't make you gain weight. The fat is going to kickstart your weight loss if you're worried about that. Also, your body is going to get into a fat. Yeah, your body gets into a fat burning. So when your typical diet, you're burning carbs, you're burning sugar. When that runs out, your muscles can only store so much sugar. And so when that's depleted, you start getting hungry, you need more. But with the fat, your metabolism switches over to burning fat. You not only burn the fat you consume, but you begin burning fat reserves on your body. And it's a very efficient energy source because you don't have the ups and downs in your blood sugar, and it's a lot more stable in that sense. You don't have the lows, the crashes in the afternoon after you eat lunch and all that weird stuff. It's a very stable energy source. But yeah, if you're going to start, understand fat is your friend.
I would like to say to anybody starting to, you have to kind of say, I will stick it out for a month.
I would say give it at least a month. Most people would say 3 months because in a month, it's kind of hard to see a lot of change. And so I think if you're willing to stick it out for even 3 months, that's great. But if you give it a month, I feel like you're probably going to start to see, some changes. Go through maybe that initial keto flu, as we called it, get through that, and then begin to feel some changes. I know for me, it was at least a month before I began feeling significant changes.
Okay, I got a lot of questions. We may go a little longer on this one, since I said it'd be the last one, but we have been using vegetable oils for everything.
Yes.
And that's healthy.
No. I hate vegetable oils. Even now when I go out to eat or whatever, and I know I'm most likely going to be consuming something that's been cooked in a vegetable oil or has it on it, like I feel it the next day. Now that I'm running a clean system, so to speak, I feel it the next day. But no, they are actually a highly processed food, and they're not.
Oh well,
good
you
for
can look all this up.
Yes. This is not like conspiracy theory. Like this is proven, like very, they cause a lot of oxidation in the body. They're very inflammatory. They're highly processed. They are not good for you.
What about olive oil?
Extra virgin, like cold pressed olive oil is good. It's a good oil, and avocado oil is, appropriate also. The only thing you have to be careful with, from what I understand, and I really don't even know how to look for a good olive oil. There is a way to look for them, and they come packaged a certain way, and they're from certain parts of the world, but they even cut virgin olive oils with other seed oils sometimes, and they won't be very clear on the packaging.
I think everybody ought to remember, people that's selling you stuff are doing it to make money, not to get you the best
absolutely. I feel like very few, I would assume that very few people in the food industry care what it's doing to you. They just want you hooked.
One of the things that, okay, let's talk about if you're going to fry or cook anything, you're going to use butter. Mm-hmm. Tell them about that, tallow.
So tallow has a very high smoke point. I don't use tallow a lot. What I like to do, I cook a lot in butter, and I cook a lot of bacon.
Which is adding fat to it, even as you cook it.
And flavor. Butter's so good. But I keep all of my bacon grease. After I cook bacon, I always strain it. I have a container I keep it in. And I cook and fry most everything in bacon grease, and it is so good. But yeah, some ground rules for just starting. You definitely want to get rid of any seed oils, vegetable oils, canola, soy, peanut oil. All that stuff is very inflammatory, very bad for you. And whether you do this diet or not, I don't think people should use those, period. They're just not good for anyone.
Sugar's not good. Refined foods aren't good.
Yeah, all that stuff.
That pack of crackers you grab for a snack is like poison.
It's not good. It's all bad. Unfortunately, it's just so processed. And even like certain people do well with just a whole foods diet, eating some fruits and vegetables. I'm not opposed to that. I just know how I feel best, and that is why I choose to be a little more strict. But even if you can start getting away from the packaged stuff and just eating whole foods, like real food that, was grown or raised or whatever, and stop with the packaged, highly processed, flavors added, dyes added stuff, you would be in such better shape, I feel like.
When I was a boy, on the farm, we boiled all the fat from the pigs down and made lard.
Yeah.
And lard was considered country and hick and backwards and Crisco.
And Crisco was fancy.
Yeah. And so, my family slowly swapped over.
Yeah.
But what would you say about lard?
I think there's a reason these country people lived so long and were so strong into their old age. I mean, they weren't carnivores by any means, but they were more whole foods.
But
and
they were whole foods.
They were very whole food. They grew their food. They raised their animals. They did stuff like cook with lard instead of vegetable oils. And I think, that you see that these people like our grandparents and great grandparents that were so strong and lived so long. And now, everyone today seems to be plagued with multiple diseases and problems, and kids now younger and younger struggling with diabetes and different health issues and mental health issues. And like the health has just declined so terribly with the introduction of processed foods and all these highly processed oils.
This is kind of off subject, but I want to say it while I'm thinking about it. I think I've read or heard and listened to, and if anybody keeps up, you would, ADHD and other types of things. The carnivore diet has helped some people with that.
It has.
And we're not doctors, but Dr. Barry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certain behavioral issues like that. A lot of kids get diagnosed. I feel like, I don't know. I don't love the idea of diagnosing children and labeling and stuff like that. But yeah, there have been parents and different people who have changed their kids' diet and seen definite benefits and improvement in these behavioral diagnoses like ADD, ADHD, and things like that. And even in cases with autism, like I know there's a spectrum and there's some very extreme cases, but
well, you're not the doctor.
No, I'm not the doctor. I'm just saying I have read.
But we've watched and read.
I've read that in certain cases they've seen it benefit even children with autism, getting rid of all the refined foods, the sugars, the flours, the oils, and getting them on a very animal-based, high-fat diet. So I don't know. I think it's really interesting, and I think a lot of what we're doing with our diet these days is affecting our health younger and younger.
Well, when I was a kid, I'm 70 years old, but when I was a kid, I didn't know hardly anybody with all those problems that everybody has now.
Yeah, everyone seems to have an allergy or some sort of health issue that plagues them that they just have to learn to live with, basically.
Okay, so let's just sum up a little bit about getting started. You said you think they ought to consider 90 days.
Yeah, I mean, if you can only do a month, that's fine. But if you really want to give it a chance, I feel like 30 days is good. I'm sorry, 90 days. You're right.
Go ahead and get lots of food that contains fat, which we've discussed.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them what to do. Like, I'm going to start tomorrow, or I'm going to start next week. I would go out
and I would buy ground beef. All right. So don't be super hard on yourself. Some people are really big purists. I know my father-in-law jokes with me because he thinks I'm super strict, and he's
You
not
are.
always as super strict as I am. But I mean, some people are so strict where they will only put salt on their food, right? So some things to consider. Don't be like super crazy wild. Don't necessarily give up your coffee right away. If you enjoy that, add butter and cream to it if you want. But stock your fridge. Make sure you have food so that when you're hungry, there's stuff there to eat. I would even cook up a lot of bacon at once. And when I would get a craving, I could get some bacon with some cream cheese, or I could have
I can
burger
have cream
patties.
cheese?
Yes, you can have cream cheese. I don't still eat a lot of cream cheese, but in the beginning, someone said, eat cream cheese. It's really fatty and it's good. And that helped me.
I'm just trying to get you to make sure everybody listens.
So yeah, cheese, cream cheese, bacon, ground beef. If you like taco flavored ground beef, get your taco seasoning. I would recommend. There are some decent brands
But
that
we
don't
can't
have a
have
lot
taco
of junk.
shells.
No, I'm not taco shells. No, but you can do the taco thing. You can use pork rinds. There are pork rinds that are just salt and pork rinds cooked in their own fat. There are some with crazy stuff in them, but check your ingredient labels. But yeah, cheese, pork rinds, ground beef, some nice meat to grill if you like that. Have stuff already prepared in your fridge because
You will get hungry.
you
I
will
got
get
hungry.
hungry initially.
I kept thinking it's because I wanted to eat.
Yeah, and you're so prone to snack. Like I was a snacker.
You know, my family's a snacker
Yeah.
family.
Yeah, I love to snack. And so that was part of my problem. I didn't always have food readily available, and that would drive me crazy. So here it's really easy. I can get cheese sticks, all different kinds of cheese, cream cheese, bacon, eggs. You can't make eggs ahead of time, obviously, unless you're boiling them. But have eggs on hand. If you like chicken wings and have a way of cooking them, pre-cook some chicken wings that you can heat up. Any of the meats and things that you like have. Save your bacon grease to cook in. You can buy what's called pork panko I know it's on Amazon. You can get it at Walmart, but you can get flavored ones and just plain ones. And I actually use that. It looks like breadcrumbs, but it's basically just chopped up pork rinds to act like breadcrumbs. And you can dip, chicken or steak in that and fry it in your bacon grease and have a little fried food.
Don't fry it in vegetable oil.
No, you fry it in your bacon grease that you save. Yeah. And then, have lots of butter on hand. Put butter on everything, on your meat, on your eggs. Don't be afraid of butter. Like drown your eggs. I love to drown my eggs
I
in
think
butter.
everybody thinks butter's a bad thing. Most people.
Butter is so good for you. And it's so yummy. And my kids used to try to eat it when they were little. I think most kids have tried to eat butter before. I don't know why, but they stick their finger in the butter and eat it. And you're like, don't do that, but I don't know. Maybe it's just like instinctual. Like this is good and I want to eat this. I don't know.
So try to go for 90 days, get a bunch of food prepared so you can eat. And by the way, stop counting calories.
No counting calories. So I think I said earlier.
Stop being so conscious. I can only eat a 4-ounce hamburger.
No. You eat until you are full. Okay. That is the goal here. You want to eat until you're full. All right. So if you're worried about your weight,
and when she says full, she means full. Eat till you are busting.
Like you feel like you're full, not like, oh, I think I've had enough, because diet culture says you only eat so many calories and then you stop, whether you're hungry still or not. But here you want to begin to nourish your body. And you may initially, if you've been on certain diets before, if you've been really restrictive, if you've had a really bad diet, you may find that you just want to eat tons of food. So go for it. Initially, this is why 30 days is good, because initially your body's going to begin healing, correcting things. You're going to begin losing fluid. You're going to get some things back in balance, and your body needs loads of nutrition to do so. And some people even gain a little weight initially as their body is just taking in all of the proper nutrition it needs. But once things calm down and even out, your body begins to lose weight. Like if that is a concern of yours, and why you're considering doing this, you do lose weight and your appetite does calm down. But initially you have to realize you just need to feed yourself. And it feels very contrary to what society says or what you maybe learned in a book you read or a dietitian told you. But I would say since starting the carnivore diet, I can, there are days I can easily eat over 3,000 calories. And guess what? I wake up the next morning and I'm still the same weight. And I've been doing it for 2 years. And I've never had to worry about, oh no, I've gained a few pounds, because I ate all that cake last week or anything like that. I just maintain. And after a while, you get into a zone where you're like feeling you can read like, it's like you have hunger cues again, like legitimate hunger cues. Like I'm legitimately hungry or legitimately not. And you begin to follow kind of the rhythm of your body, or at least I do. And when I'm hungry, I eat. And when I eat, and when I'm not, I don't. And I maintain my weight and my health. And it's just so easy. And there's no thinking. I don't think about how much I'm eating. I just eat fat and meat and get full. And that's it.
I want to say too, I think I tried this before you.
Oh, did you?
Years ago. I would go on to keto. Atkins.
Oh, keto. Okay.
Atkins. Okay, I'm going to go Atkins. And I would not make it.
No.
I mean, I would go a few, and that's what you're going to think if you're getting ready to start this.
Mm-hmm.
You're new. And the reason is I punished myself. I didn't get full.
Yeah.
I didn't have snacks. And so I sat there the whole day going, I don't have anything to eat. I'm not going to get anything to eat.
Mm.
And I thought like that. And and that's what you explained to me when I was there in your house.
Just eat. If you're hungry, eat. Yeah.
And you told me, just eat all you want.
Eat what you want. And initially it might seem like a lot, but again,
You may actually
down.
end up eating less later.
Yeah, I did. Initially I ate, for a while I was probably over 3,000 calories regularly in a day if we're counting calories. I was curious. I wanted to know how many I was eating just for kicks and giggles. And I was like, oh my word, even when I ate all the cake and ice cream, I don't think I ate that many calories, but I would still, struggle to lose weight and felt sick and everything else.
So set a time period, prepare the food, don't torture yourself. Anything else?
Just eat when you want. Initially, it's not always going to be that way. You're not always going to be crazy, ravenously hungry, but please, it's not about
you will be at first.
Yeah,
you will be because it's not about the need for food as much as it is you're thinking I'm depriving myself, and so I went crazy.
Yeah, no, you got to eat. You got to eat.
And so chicharrones, or what do you call them?
Pork rinds.
Pork rinds. They're a good snack. You can get jerky.
Yeah, be careful with jerky. There are meat sticks and jerkies, but some of them have like soy sauce, sugar, and different things in them. But there are really clean brands. I know Chomp makes really good meat sticks. You can get those on Amazon.
Cheese sticks.
Cheese sticks are great. I love having cooked bacon on hand because bacon is
cooked bacon.
Delicious.
You said cream cheese.
Cream cheese. Okay, I would smear cream cheese on bacon. It's so good. It's really good.
Well, see, just and I would challenge all of you to just relax about it.
Yeah. If you make mistakes, if you eat something that you find out later had a bunch of sugar in it, don't sweat it. Just take it one day at a time. Try to do the best you can today. And if you make a mistake, it's fine. Just start over tomorrow. And just start educating yourself in that you're reading labels and realizing, because even in I even eat hot dogs, but I eat an all beef, really clean hot dog. Even hot dogs can have really bizarre ingredients.
But you can buy, there are hot dogs you can buy that are.
Yeah. There are some good hot dogs. Just do some research.
You haven't mentioned pork sausage.
No, I eat sausage. I do love sausage. A lot of sausage has sugar in it. And since I don't do any sugar, I usually buy ground pork in Peru because I can get it. And then I just season my own sausage, but without sugar.
But you can't eat when you go out. That's the problem. There's no food when you go out.
That's not necessarily true. Usually you can get something most places you go. While I'm here in the States.
I'm actually able to do pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, while I'm here in the States, even at fast food, I can get burger patties. This sounds really weird maybe, but Whataburger has good burger patties. I've eaten at Wendy's, their burger patties, McDonald's. And that might sound strange, like just getting a pile of burger patties, but
I will get I will buy 2 double quarter pounders.
Yep.
No fries, no bread, no ketchup.
Right.
And that's what I eat.
Yeah, I got while we were traveling recently, I did just 4 quarter pounder patties. They'll give you just the patties, and it only costs $5.50 or something for my meal, which kept me full for a very long time.
Well, we should do that. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, you can ask for just the patty, and you're paying less than for the sandwich.
Okay, now, not Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is terrible. Even the grilled nuggets at Chick-fil-A have like 1,000 ingredients and sugar and all kinds of weird stuff in them. So I do
It's
not
all
eat there.
and it's fried in peanut oil.
It's all fried in peanut. Well, obviously you don't want the fried. Anything fried is going to have flour, wheat on
Well,
it. So
now, if you're listening, she's already told you can fry
you can fry at home.
at home.
Use your bacon grease and your pork panko. And I season that if I want a more Italian style or if I want just salty. I season it up however I want it. My kids love it. I make like fried steak. I make fried chicken for my kids that way. And it's a lot more healthy and it's fun. I like fried food. I liked fried food. So I like frying things. You can fry shrimp. You can do whatever with that stuff.
Well, you
can
just
also
use the
get,
panko.
Yeah, you can use the panko, but you can also buy, goodness, this sounds really bizarre. I believe you can get it on Amazon. It's called chicken flour. I forget. I think some sort of brand called Ancestral something or other, I think. But they make chicken flour. You can also get egg white powder and do interesting things with that. But there's different ways to like fry. I've used this. It's basically like dehydrated chicken breast, like in powder. And so you can use it as a flour for frying. I've used it before. It works pretty well. I like the pork panko the best, I think. But even with egg white powder, that can add an extra layer for frying there also. There's different things.
Tell them, those that live in America.
Oh, you can get everything. So nice.
And you eat tortillas.
Okay, yeah. So what are they called? Egg Life? I think they're called Egg Life wraps. I know that Kroger has them. But I mean, just Google this. Egg Life wraps, I think is what it's called. But they're basically just like tortillas made from egg whites. They're not like super duper like clean. I think there's like one or two things in there I'm kind of iffy about, but I eat them occasionally. And I like them. They have a cinnamon one that's kind of fun. I put heavy whipping cream in there, whip it up, heavy whipping cream. And that's kind of like a dessert. And the regular ones you can put taco meat in or steak or chicken. And it's just kind of a nice mix up. If you're looking for recipes and interesting things to do and cook, there are two people that I follow that they just do really interesting things on the carnivore diet all the time. And it's Courtney Luna. She is on Instagram. I know for sure she has actually a carnivore cookbook. She loves to cook. And so beyond just your basic burger patties and eating a steak, she comes up with all these interesting recipes. And another one is Maria Emmerich, and she also has cookbooks that would be for people who want more than just the average, piece of meat or cheese or whatever, but wants to do something a little more interesting in the kitchen with their carnivore diet.
Okay, there's a problem. You're not eating any fiber.
Oh, no fiber.
You'll never go to the bathroom again.
Oh, I go to the bathroom.
Okay,
you go to the bathroom? I go to the bathroom just fine. So it is true. It is true you won't go as much, most likely. But the fat that you eat actually keeps you very, very regular. And keeps things, you would think you'd be constipated. All right. I'm just going to say you'd think, but you're not. The fat keeps that from happening. And initially I found that I had to tweak the fat intake either up or down, depending on what was happening, without going into great detail. The more fat, the softer your stool is going to become. So if you're having trouble going, you should up your fat. If you're having the opposite problem, then probably back off a little, but give it about a month to really regulate before you think you know what you need and don't need. But no, fiber is absolutely not necessary if you're not consuming carbs and sugar and all that stuff.
Well, we're not doctors. You don't know what you're talking about. So let's just look at this. So the doctors you follow, help them understand what is it called?
The ostomy bags. They're called ostomy bags.
Okay,
so,
tell them what they have found. And the Dr. Ken Berry and others have talked about this, right?
I think Ken Berry talked about this. Patients with an ostomy bag, which people with ulcerative colitis or other issues.
By the way, this is a great diet to avoid
ulcerative colitis, yeah, or even heal it before it gets too bad and you need an ostomy bag. So people with those types of issues who end up needing to have the procedure where their intestines are out, a piece of it is outside their body and they basically walk around with a bag to collect everything. It's a really sad thing, that happens, that you lose the ability to have your intestines function properly. But what he was talking about was, and I think it was Kim Berry, found that people that ate predominantly meat, there wasn't a lot in that bag. Most of what came out of the bag or filled the bag was stuff like fibrous stuff like vegetables, fruits.
Well, they found
foods,
whole kernels
bread.
of corn.
Yeah, whole kernels of corn. And
it just goes straight through you.
You notice it because it's in this bag and you have to dispose of this bag. So what happens, interestingly, on the carnivore diet is, I can't remember the exact percentage, but it's somewhere in the 90% of what you're consuming is actually being absorbed and used by your body. There's very little waste.
What blew my mind was when they don't find, if you eat the gristle or you eat the fiber in the meat, what do you call that?
Like it's not gristle. What is it called?
What is it called?
That weird fibrous stuff.
But anyway, when you eat the gristle type stuff, the hard stuff in the meat, it doesn't even come out in their bag.
Your body absorbs and uses it, which is...
They tell you to go ahead. When you're eating your steak and there's a piece of, it's not skin. I don't know what you call it.
Like tendony stuff.
Huh?
Kind of like a tendony type.
And you will eat that, and your human body eats all of it.
It's actually what they say is really good collagen. So that's part of the reason people's skin looks so nice and even firms up some, because your collagen intake is so much higher by just eating, what's on the meat. So, but yeah, your body absorbs somewhere in the 90 percentile of what you're eating. So there's very little waste coming out.
I think it's amazing that your body eats the meat and throws vegetables out, sometimes
large
whole.
Portion of you. It's true.
The man that Dr. Berry interviews says, no, it's recognizable.
Yeah, like you can see what it was. That's pretty weird. That's kind of disturbing.
Especially when you consider it went through foot after foot of...
Yeah, through all the digestion process, and that's pretty impressive. Corn's pretty impressive then, isn't it? We should be like corn.
Okay, so do you ever cheat?
My cheating would be that I do enjoy an avocado. I'm not going to lie. I like to have an avocado every now and then. Do I cheat with anything else? Have you seen me cheat with anything else? I'm trying to think.
No, but people listening are going to think, I may want to cheat.
Okay, you may want to cheat. I don't know.
I'll eat watermelon.
You are a cheater. You're a cheater, yes.
The what?
I said you are a cheater. You do cheat. Okay, yes, thank you. I do eat some grilled onions.
My wife is in here whispering so that nobody will know she's in here.
I have had grilled onions. I noticed though, okay, so once you have been doing this for a while and you know what good feels like, then experiment and see like what you can maybe reintroduce back in. I typically avoid sugar always. That's like a rule for me. And I notice that when I get too loose and eat like avocados too many days in a row, or even, I like some grilled onions sometimes or whatever, something like that.
I like onions. I like pickles.
Yeah. Pickles. Yeah. I've had pickles too, but I tend to bloat again and not feel my best. So I don't cheat a lot, but that's just me. I give you a hard time, but if, to each their own.
But I just want you hearing this, that you realize you may cheat, but hey, we're grace anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Followed by mercy, no rules here. But it affects the way you feel. That's what she's trying to say to you.
Yes.
Okay,
it
now
can affect the way you feel. So
I know that one of the problems you have, and people that are listening are going to have. So you and David are going out, and you're going to disciple that Venezuelan couple,
mm-hmm.
and they're going to prepare lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them what you do.
So the times, because we're in ministry and people invite us to their home, or We spend time with people. If it's ever in my power, I stick to my diet. But if I'm in someone's home, I eat what they fix for me. And I might have like a breakout on my face or a sore stomach the next day. But, you know, in that particular context, I am definitely willing to break my diet. Not that I want to, but I do. Like I don't ever want my diet to become such an idol that I absolutely can't, you know, have a relationship with someone or make someone feel bad.
And people sometimes are going to think you're weird when you're eating like this.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was in the home of a good friend that's a pastor. I was preaching for him within the last year. And his wife fixed lunch. And they had a wonderful roast beef. And they had some vegetables. And she fixed cookies and a Jell-O or something. And I picked mostly roast beef. I decided I'd eat a little bit less. I'd eat later. When I got in the car, I could go get a hamburger.
Mm-hmm.
And I ate one cookie. She wanted me to eat a cookie, and I ate one very small cookie. And so, you know, but I did that because she was so adamant, you know, I made these cookies for you.
She made them.
What are you going to do?
For her guests.
So
yeah.
Nobody is asking you to be rude to people.
Right. Yeah, that each person has to make their own decision there. But for me, that's like, I don't know. I'm in that context, I will absolutely cheat and break my diet.
Yeah, I don't think of that as cheating so much. Now, if I'm at a restaurant, if I go to the Mexican restaurant, for me, I typically will get like the Texas dip. It'll be Mexican cheese and meat, and I don't have any tacos with it. Or when we go, because we live in the United States of America, we will go get chicharrones. How you say chicharrones? Pork rinds, and dip that in the cheese.
Yeah.
So you can make it if you work at it.
Yeah. You get used to it. You think of things. You experiment.
It's not really. I think you would agree. I know you would agree, but you're not doing this because you have to. You're doing it because you want to.
No, I definitely want to. I don't think in a way I have to if I want to feel good. But no, if I didn't have the results.
True. I think that's true. You had to choose with how you feel or what you eat.
Right. And that for me, seriously, I almost went through this kind of like sort of mourning period of my life thinking, oh my goodness, I'm never going to sit down and eat like a souffle or a piece of chocolate cake or an ice cream sundae or a piece of peach cobbler or any, like, really? Like, and it was this weird moment I had where I was like super sad, but then I was like, you know what? But what do I get? I get great sleep. I have good energy. I enjoy being around my kids. Like I'm not mad at them all the time. You know, I enjoy being with my husband. I have energy to spend with them and go out and be with them and do things with them. And I want to do things. So like all the really valuable and precious things in life are things that I indulge in and enjoy now. And secondary to that is what I happen to be eating that is helping me be able to live and do the things I actually want to do.
So if you're listening and you really are patient because we're 37 minutes in here,
Oof.
But I would say to you, I have been a gas machine all of my life.
Oh,
nice. My wife's covered her face. She has covered her face. She's like, Austin, you talk too much. But you know what? On the carnivore diet, I don't have hardly any gas. Comparatively speaking, I have almost no gas.
Yeah. Lots of things get fixed that you didn't know could get fixed.
You know, like I used to think it ain't beans that does it to me. It's everything it does.
Yeah.
But I think it's more sugar that did it to me.
Yeah.
And so I want you to consider that and to realize it. So how often do you feel deprived?
Honestly, that's a good question. People think 2 years in, people still feel bad when they eat something around me that they know I won't eat. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. It really doesn't bother me. After I got through the initial first month of really dealing with cravings and like basically sugar withdrawal is what it was. Once you get through that, it's so interesting how you can watch someone have dessert or a piece of bread or whatever it is, pasta that you used to really love, and you don't get that weird, like almost uncontrollable urge to eat that as well, right? Because that, like, this overwhelming craving or this uncontrollable urge to have some of that also, or to eat it even if you're not hungry. Like for me, it's quieted all that noise, and I don't have urges like that anymore. So someone can eat something that I used to really, really love, and, they always feel bad. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, honestly, I'm not just saying it. Like, it literally doesn't affect me anymore. And so I think once you're done detoxing and you get the sugar out and you're done with the cravings, it's so nice to just not have to, like, have these impulses where, oh my gosh, chips would be so good right now, or, oh my goodness, a piece of pie would be so good right now, or I'm dying for some ice cream. You just, like, it's just gone, and you just feel hungry, and you're like, I'm going to go get some meat or some eggs or whatever, and you eat, and then you're just done for a while, and you don't think about food again, and you don't crave dessert, and you don't, impulsively get on DoorDash or anything like that, ordering all this stuff, because the cravings and the urges just disappear. And this isn't just me. This is something that I've heard from a lot of people, and is a common thing among people who eat this way. You just lose all of the impulsivity and the weird urges and the cravings, and you can just, eat when you're hungry, and that's that. And it's really wild to me. I've never had that.
And I think that's worked that way for me. I can watch you eat anything, and honestly, it's just not that big a deal to me. I don't really care. It's not like I don't say no to myself. I'm just like,
yeah.
I decided I don't want that, and I'm not going to want it.
Yeah.
And that's I can say no now.
Yep.
Which I couldn't before. All right, last question, because we've gone a long time. But you're going to the grocery store this week, and you're going to buy for the next week. Only your part for you. What are you going to buy for a week?
Well, I cook a lot, like I said, of meat and more animal-based for my family. I don't restrict my husband and my kids, obviously. They eat normal foods as well. But like I said, I would eat, I like to buy a lot of ground beef.
How many packages of bacon are you going to buy for the next week?
Oh, for a week? I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6.
And how many kilos or pounds of hamburger meat?
Pounds of hamburger meat would I go through in a week? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't think I've ever counted. Probably, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10.
Okay.
I can put away a pound of meat in one setting
pretty
easily. And then I'm good for a while. And if I eat the second time, it'll be smaller probably. But I can eat
How many eggs are you going to buy for a week?
Oh, eggs? Oof. Probably 4 or 5 dozen.
How many kilos or pounds of butter?
Oh, the butter. I don't know how much butter I go through. I go through so much butter, though. I love butter. We put butter in everything. How heavy are those boxes from Costco? Those green boxes.
You can talk, baby. If they don't hear you, that's fine.
You know the Kirkland butter with the 4 big bars in it? Is it a pound? No, there's 4.
Well,
Probably
we don't know.
At least a pound.
Okay. So somebody's scared. Right now, there's a good night. I've listened to y'all enough. They're scared. What are you going to say to them before we close?
I would say if you're looking for a change, what have you got to lose? My mentality was you can do anything for a month. If you absolutely hate it, it doesn't work for you, you don't like it, you just stop. Like, it's not like, you're going to lose anything. You're in control. You can do it or not. You can do it for a month, for 3 months. And if you just hate it and can't deal with it, you can stop. You can always go back, right? And so it's not like you're locking into a long-term commitment or, a house payment or something like that. It's like you can stop at any time. But I would encourage whoever is maybe on the fence, wanting to see a change in their health, their hormones, a change even in their weight, how they feel, their sleep, even sleep apnea and stuff like that improves and even goes away with this. So, give it a try and see what kind of health changes you see. If you don't like it, or you don't want to be so strict, or you want to tweak it in a way that works best for your lifestyle. I mean, there's really no rules. I am a more strict person, but I know people who aren't so strict, and that's totally fine. So I don't think there's anything to be afraid of. It's just food.
And all I got to say is nobody's going to judge you for it, but if you will try it, you might just really like it. I have, and I've enjoyed it. I'm very grateful Katie got me onto it. And I think that the benefits, I will throw this at you, and I know Katie would be adamant about this as well. Sugar is bad. That's like the worst stuff we put in our bodies. And it's in everything you're eating. It's in everything, because Americans eat sugar and refined foods. I mean, anything that comes in a package, even if it's a vegetable in a can, it is packed with sugar. Katie?
Yeah, they say when you start, shop the borders of the grocery store, basically, where you're going to find the produce and the meats and the eggs and the dairy.
Yeah, I heard
and all
one of
that.
the doctors say that.
Yeah, all that stuff in the middle, all the stuff in boxes with the shelf life. You don't want that. So yeah.
So I hope you'll at least consider it. I'd love to hear your comments. You've heard quite a bit of material from us, and we probably will do some more sometime in the future. But I really believe that the carnivore diet has helped me with the issues I'm dealing with, and I'm excited I'm on it. And so think about it. If you got any questions, be sure and write me and let me know, and we'll see what we can do about it. Thank you for listening to Followed by Mercy.